TWM podcast.
Hello there, I am Matty Deller and welcome to this week's Raw Talk. Yes, this isn't the usual voice you hear on a Tuesday. We have to do a little bit of a change around. Don't worry, Jess and Smiley will be back next week, but you got me, Matty, for this week, so do not worry. I'll introduce who's alongside me in just a few minutes' time. Just want to say this is a TWM podcast, bringing you content 6 days a week, available on Apple and Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Acast, TuneIn, Podbean, YouTube, and wherever else you get your pods. If you're listening on YouTube, thank you very much for doing so. Please subscribe, smash that like button, turn on notifications, and if you've done all that, then you've done your job for the day. Well done. This podcast, as indeed all of our podcasts, are brought to you by We Love Sport, a fantastic app that helps you find over 400 of the best sports bars and pubs in the UK at your fingertips on the Apple and Google Play Store. Obviously can't use that at the current time, but download that app, keep it on your phone, and then you've got it for the moment this whole thing blows over. In the meantime and in between time, check them out on We Love Sport UK and at welovesport.co, doing fantastic content over there, keeping you occupied and entertained. Also, go and check out WrestleCrate, wrestlecrate.co.uk. Use the code TWM Wrestling for up to 3 free items when you sign up for a monthly box. That is TWM Wrestling at wrestlecrate.co.uk. Now, joining me talking about a very newsworthy Monday Night Raw is the co-host of Wednesday Night Wars. I've dragged him back over to Tuesdays. It's George. Hello there.
Hi, I'm back. This is the third time you've heard my voice in 3 days.
I know, it's to be fair, I think it dawned on me, because I'll be able to cover this, I'm going to be on every pod except your one this week, unless something happens. I'm just going
to go push Joe down some stairs.
How can you? Social distancing, unless you've got some very long arms.
I'll ask his mum to do it.
However, we have got quite a newsworthy episode to discuss. Of course, a massive announcement that we can dissect, but alongside that, some interesting things as we head towards Backlash. So let's talk Monday Night Raw. It's nice in this day and age, and even in the world of wrestling, to start something off with some lovely news. And Raw did just that, as the man, Becky Lynch, announced that she's going to become the Mam Becky Lynch. At the top of the show, she had a big career-ordering announcement. Many people were speculating and lots of rumour and innuendo to what it was, and that was that she was taking some time away from the ring, that the Money in the Bank, the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, was indeed not for a title shot. It was for the Raw Women's title itself. So Asuka was declared the new Raw Women's Champion, and we found out when she said, Asuka, you can go off to be a warrior, as I am going to go off to be a mother. And saying that now gives me goosebumps, because it was genuinely a lovely moment, George.
It was utterly beautiful. Absolutely spine-tinglingly, want to make you cry happy. In this world we're living in now, where all you get is bad news after bad news after bad news, to see one of the kindest people, we don't know her, but from what you see outside of the ring, she seems genuinely amazing, to get such good news. It makes it, she looks like the sort of person that's going to be career driven and only deal with that, but deep down we all know most people would like to have kids and have a family, etc.
And the genuine reaction of her being like,
of Asuka,
apart from that was another highlight. But the general reaction, because she was like, I got very worried and stuff when she was like crying. I was like, maybe this has been read wrong, maybe this is more serious. But I think it was more of a case that she was sad that her run was coming to an end. 400 days, a nice round number.
It's 399.
Oh, that's annoying. Just round it up.
400. Round it up. Was 400.
Round it up. Say 400. It's fine. She was sad that was ending, but happy that the fact that that all of this is beginning, and what better way to have someone celebrate is by having a maniacal Japanese woman just constantly yell for 3 minutes. I don't think there's a better way to announce that you're pregnant, by having Asuka just scream in your face.
It was amazing. She came down screaming, "That briefcase is mine, the briefcase is mine." Then screaming, "I'm the champion," running around the ring telling Byron, Tom and Joe to get out of the way, and then chanting Becky.
I love that when she's like, pregnant? pregnant, and just hugged her, and then just like, Beck! It was the best. And then also just her and Kairi Sane just dancing and just yelling in Japanese was just brilliant. Right?
It was lovely.
Delighted for Go on, sorry, Josh.
I was only partially annoyed, but then later in the show we realised why, that Seth wasn't out there, because his character work he stayed in was beautiful. No, we'll get into that.
Seth's character work was of the man that's realised that he's going to be a dad. We'll talk about that just after this, but we obviously now we've had time to dissect this, time to kind of absorb this news in, as we do as professional wrestling content creators. We're not journalists, we're content creators. We create content, and as fans, we start speculating towards the future. I think that Becky Lynch might be done. I don't know.
She's 33, so I had to Google how old she was.
She's 33. She has spent the last 2 years being the face of the company, something that we thought would never happen in WWE, to have a female as the face of the company, a deserved face of the company as well. She's won the only thing she hasn't won are the tag belts and the NXT titles. If you want to come back for that, she can do that another time. She's had a good run. She's done this before, where she's different reason, where she stepped away from the ring. She's not won Money in the Bank. She's not done the full Asuka thing. Obviously, shout out to Asuka. She's literally won everything that you can win.
Amazing woman. And she still gets fucked over in booking.
And also to the person who's like, well, technically she's not won the 24/7 title. I do hope that you are tremendous fun at Zoom parties, because my word, your level of pedantry knows no bounds.
See, my opinion on Becky's future is, we obviously as fans, you see Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins. You don't see Rebecca Quinn and Cobra Lopez. Yes, I know I'm breaking the fourth wall. And what?
Hey, Cole Cabana, how you doing?
Hey, I feel like Seth would take a back seat to let Becky wrestle again. I think he would be more dad duty to let Becky wrestle again.
Of course, we don't know. Like that is a lovely thought of truth, but we don't know. Like just from what I feel like that Becky might be like that she's done. Like she's done everything she needs to do. We don't know. She might come back. We might get an amazing pop in like a year's time. Maybe we get the night after next year's WrestleMania that Becky Lynch comes back. And maybe her and Seth have bought a ruddy big bus and got an au pair in, and
yes.
and they're going to be a travelling family band. We don't know.
That would be beautiful.
We're not going to speculate. Like we're not going to wrestle talk about whether Becky Lynch.
We fantasy book.
We're not going to wrestle talk about whether Becky Lynch wrestled pregnant, because we don't know. So why would we say it's truth?
One thing I would like to say about this whole segment and situation,
just firing shots.
Is someone that was not involved in the ring, but it was someone who had an interview backstage and kept kayfabe beautifully, and that was Shayna Baszler. Her opinions on Becky being a mum was the most heelish thing someone could do.
Oh, it was brilliant. It
was amazing.
She went all in, and she was like, 10 out of 10 mothers don't come back to the ring, and how stupid would you be to get pregnant while you're the champion? Somewhere Ronda Rousey's just sitting there going like, bitch, fight me. And then Natalia says she's being disrespectful, and she's like, just because you can't have kids, which was just seemed out of nowhere. It's like, you're never going to have children. It's like,
that's a bit harsh.
That was just really mean. She beat Natalia earlier on in the night. Shayna was great. It was just but all of this was lovely. On the flip side, Seth Rollins not taking the last 2 days well.
Oh my god, how long do you reckon it took them to get his hair like that?
I don't know, but his hair and his demeanour on this show were that of a man who's done his 13th straight day of getting up at 3 a.m. morning for a feed. So I imagine he's method parenting. He's getting ready for that. He's like, I'm just going to look dishevelled and have a 1,000-yard stare. So yeah, after his loss to Drew McIntyre at Money in the Bank, Seth Rollins was in tag team action as him and Murphy wrestled 2 men that we thought had died at Money in the Bank in Aleister Black and Rey Mysterio, but they landed on a secondary roof, George, because apparently if you land on a roof that's 6 feet from another roof, you're fine. It doesn't hurt,
especially with the crash mat.
Yeah. They should have just said there was a crash mat there just in case. But I love the fact they were like, they just kept mentioning secondary roof over and over again. I'm like, if someone throws you from a building onto another roof 6 foot down, that's still going to hurt.
Yeah, I'm just having a look outside because where I live in a flat, but I live in a flat above a shop. So outside my window is the lip that covers part of the shop front, and I'm just having a look from the roof to the bottom. That's not 6 foot; it's probably about 10 foot, and I still think that would hurt. Yeah. So why would it's Regardless, this tag match basically was a handicap match in the end because Seth Rollins came out dishevelled. Not there, just stood there, standing perfectly still until the end, where Rey Mysterio accidentally elbowed him in the ribs, and Seth Rollins did the heinous act of pulling Rey Mysterio out, an act so devastating the ref called for a disqualification. Yeah, that was a bit. I actually first thought this wasn't a tag match. I thought this was a singles match between Mysterio and Murphy, and Black was just on the outside to even the odds. That would have made sense. And Rollins was just stood on the apron because he was stood on the apron. Yeah, that would have made sense, but alas, that is the second worst DQ I've seen. The first of which was when Maurice got disqualified for shoving Kelly over an announce table, and the ref called for a DQ. Then, harrowingly, Seth Rollins decided to take Rey Mysterio's eye out with the steel steps. Very, very, very interesting. I mean, and that is actually a really unique way of an injury. No one the last time we got an eye injury was what, 2000? Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels. So what? So is this going to end with Seth Rollins punching Rey Mysterio's wife? This is how this is going to turn out. No, it'd be Dominic. He's going to twat Dominic one, and then his real dad Volta's going to appear to save the day. This was all of this was brilliant. First of all, tremendous WWE trickery, working on the right eye, and then Rey Mysterio's holding the left with the blood on. I was like, everyone noticed that. Great trickery. And then also just the bit of Seth Rollins being like, I'm sorry, Ray, I'm sorry, as he's like blinding him, and then seeing him later in the trainer's room and just going, what happened to Ray? So he was like wanting to see Ray, and then not like he was making sure he was okay. He was like, I don't know what happened. He'd basically been given some dodgy drugs. He's doing that thing of just basically just being like, I do not know what I do. Like he was in a trance, and then when he screamed at Murphy to stop, like Murphy realised he'd gone over the edge. And if they're doing this, like he's like a maniacal messiah now. Like his miracle didn't, like Samoa Joe nailed it when he's like, what's a messiah without a miracle? And he didn't perform his miracle at Money in the Bank, so now he's just this fallen angel to steal a phrase. And I did love it, although that bit did remind me, and you will see I put it on Twitter, of the Eric Andre Hannibal Buress thing where he shoots him and goes, who shot Hannibal? And he just shoots him and just goes, why does Rey Mysterio's eye hurt? It's just, yeah. I do think this whole situation, now obviously we know what Becky's in, is just one of the best ways to write Seth Rollins off of TV. We felt like it was coming anyway because of his rumoured time off, which we all assumed was to go get married and have a honeymoon and enjoy not being a wrestler for a little bit and have some coffee. Now that he's starting to alienate Murphy, I feel like Murphy may take him out in a fit of rage. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like maybe they're building up to Backlash, and then maybe I would have loved if they didn't want to continue the feud. It would have been great if Seth was there for the match, they lose, and then Seth just walks out, and we just watch him walk out, and he just disappears off into the distance. I was like, no one's seen Seth Rollins, and then he can come back with a massive beard, like he's just been wandering around for several months. But his beard is getting pretty magnificent. It's going to end up hitting Gandalf levels. So we'll see where this is going. Where something that we know is definitely going, and that was barely. Hold on, quickly before you move on. Yeah, I do have YouTube, the WWE's YouTube channel up on my computer just so I can remember all the matches. Obviously, I know you're leading, but I like to know anyway. And there is the highlight of Aleister Black attacking Murphy in the backstage area, which is when Rollins tried to apologise. The image is Aleister, Murphy, and Rollins. No. And I'm so jealous because all of them have absolutely beautiful beards. Also, that didn't make any sense. Murphy didn't do anything, and Black just punched him in the face. No, he tried to get in the way. So
It was brilliant. Something that's definitely happening at Backlash is Edge versus Randy Orton in a wrestling match.
How young did Edge look?
First of all, I want that Edge t-shirt.
As do I.
I'm going to buy that Edge t-shirt, the new Grit t-shirt. Edge appeared looking like he's a young, handsome self, and he said that WWE didn't ask him whether Edge and Orton will be on a collision course because it's done now. He's finished with Randy Orton. Orton comes out and says, I have respect for you, the better man won. And he goes, no, I can't do that because you come back, you hid in the Rumble behind 29 other people. I love this whole this thing of Orton. Be like, you came back to your return, you hid in a Royal Rumble, and then you hid in a last man standing match. You can't out wrestle me. You might be able to out fight me, you might be able to out rumble me, but you can't out wrestle me. And then he challenges Edge to a wrestling match at Backlash. And Edge has doubts. Edge won't accept immediately. He's not sure. This was great until Charlie Caruso ruined it by being a massive mark and being like,
go on.
If this match happened, it will be the greatest wrestling match ever.
Yeah, she did ruin it. I really hope we're going to get some really dodgy, weird skit of the pair of them doing some collegiate high school wrestling.
I think it's going to be amateur wrestling. It's going to be that. But Mike, that was a really good promo, and then Charlie ruined it by talking. She was all over this show, by the way. Literally every other segment was Charlie Caruso. It was.
Don't think there's anyone left. Or Kayla Braxton.
Yeah, well, Renee, and there's that new person that was on Money in the Bank. It was just really, really strange. But yeah, so it looks like we're going to maybe get a wrestling match between Edge and Orton. But I do like them playing to thing of Edge having doubts, being like, I can fight, but I don't know if I can out-wrestle Randy Orton, who's like, if you build a wrestler from the ground up. It was a good promo. Maggle. It was a really, really good promo. It was just ruined by Charlie Caruso, unfortunately. Joe's going to hear this and like swear bloody murder on me that I've just besmirched the name of Charlie Caruso.
TWM podcasts are brought to you by We Love Sport, the fantastic app finding you your nearest sports bar showing the latest WWE pay-per-views. We Love Sport has over 400 of the best sports bars and pubs in the UK at your fingertips and allows you to book front row seats, giving you the best views of the action. You can also check out what sports are being shown over the next 7 days, making sure you don't miss a second of the action. Download the We Love Sport app on the App Store or Google Play Store. Follow We Love Sport on all social media platforms at We Love Sport UK and check out welovesport.co.
TWM Podcasts have joined forces with WrestleCrate, the original and best monthly theme, monthly wrestling subscription service to bring you a fantastic deal. If you use the code TWM Wrestling when you sign up to a monthly subscription at WrestleCrate.co.uk, you will receive a free item in your first month's box. Then, if you stay for another month, you'll get a second free item. And then, if you stay for a third month, you guessed it, we'll give you a third free item. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. WrestleCrate brings you the best swag from the biggest companies and names in the wrestling world. We're talking t-shirts, photos, pins, DVDs, vinyl figures, and loads more from WWE, Progress, Shakara, NXT, Fight Club Pro, and loads more. That's WrestleCrate.co.uk and use the code TWM Wrestling for up to free items, all thanks to WrestleCrate and TWM.
Zelina Vega's League of Extraordinarily Handsome Gentlemen. Smiley, if you're listening, you're thinking of a stable name for them last week. It's that. It's just I've been calling them the League of Extraordinarily Handsome Gentlemen for the last few weeks now. But they are falling apart at the seams as Angel Garza appears to be falling out with Austin Theory, as he was basically making some very sharp eyes at him during his win over Akira Tozawa. This brought out Drew McIntyre, who came out and then said, okay, which one of you guys, I think he said, which one of you bitches? Which one of you bitches is coming first? Kicks Austin Theory's head off. Angel Garza and Andrade just laugh at him. Angel Garza gets twatted in the head, and then we get Andrade versus Drew McIntyre. And this match was very, very good.
It was very good. I need to do a quick little rewind back to the beginning of, like, near the beginning of the podcast, because you saying he called him a bitch reminds me that Rey Mysterio called Seth Rollins. He said, "What a dick!" Just reminded me.
I know. I was going to rewind back to that, but he did. He just went, "I missed it." I went, "Did he call him a dick?"
Yeah, he did.
So what a dick, which is brilliant.
Drew versus Andrade was wonderful. It's a great match between the two of them. They have such good chemistry. It's just unfortunate at the moment Andrade is Drew McIntyre's punching bag. Yeah,
this whole thing is basically Drew just battering the Andrade, the League of Extraordinarily Handsome Gentlemen, over and over and over again. And it appears that they are looking to maybe get rid of Austin Theory from that group already. No, let this ride out. Keep them as a team. Austin Theory needs someone to manage him, so having Zelina there makes perfect sense. But this was a good match regardless. Drew announced that we are getting the brand-to-brand competition or something like that. It's basically the wild card rule, aka we haven't got as much wrestlers as we normally do due to the current situation, so we need an excuse to bring SmackDown and Raw guys onto the other shows. He announced that next week he is going to face King Corbin.
Hold for applause.
Hold even longer.
I really hope that's a 3-second match of Claymore done.
I hope Elias just comes out and twats him with a guitar. We did get some brand-to-brand competition on this show as Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross turned up to do a moment of bliss. And...
Hold on. Can we do it? 3, 2, 1. Raw got... Iconic!
It's close.
It worked.
The Iconics came back. They're not the Hackers. They're not changing their gimmick. They've just been away because they had nothing for them to do. They mocked Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, saying that they've been upstaged by a baby, and said that Nikki Cross act like a baby. They challenged him for the Raw Tag Team titles, and Alexa Bliss, the face, just went, "No, non-title match." It's not a very face thing to do, is it?
It's not. Nikki saying, like, the baby that's in Becky's stomach, these titles are our babies, was hilarious.
Yeah. The match, they led to a match, and I like these guys. I like Billy and Peyton. A lot of people seem to say they're not very good wrestlers. I think they're fine. They're more personality than they are wrestlers.
Yeah.
They did pick up the win against Bliss Cross Applesauce with some sort of inverted magic killer. So they've got a new finisher that wasn't just a bulldog on the knee. It's weird because they split up Fire and Desire, they've literally got 2 roads to go down. It's either give the belts back to the Kabuki Warriors or give the belts back to the Iconics. They've not got any other tag teams. So
I swear there's a really makeshift one somewhere. They're trying Carmella and Dana. That's one.
Yeah, Carmella and Dana Brooke, but Dana Brooke, much to my enjoyment, spent the entirety of last night, or Money in the Bank, being made to look like a fucking moron. So she picked the wrong briefcase and then fell over. It was the best night of my life.
I did have to check that the Iconics, what brand they're on, because I forgot they're on Raw.
They are on Raw. Bliss and Cross are on SmackDown. It just makes sense to give the belts back to the Iconics, personally. I like Bliss and Cross, but they've had it for long enough now, and I would like Nikki to maybe get a bit of a singles run over on SmackDown. I would like to see Nikki go after Bayley. That would be a really nice thing.
Oh, that'd be so good.
Yeah. Have them a little bit. I don't even want turn heel. I just want, maybe they could just do a noble parting of the ways, like one of the best tag teams ever, Rybaxel, when they split up separately and did it very amicably. Another group that could be splitting up, or another partnership splitting up, I could say, could be Bobby Lashley and Lana. As MVP, he's turned Bobby Lashley's head. Bobby Lashley's been more aggressive than ever, and the opening match on last night's show saw Bobby Lashley batter Humberto Carrillo and unearth a brand new finish. That's right, former PCW champion Chris Masters, the Master Lock lives, and Bobby Lashley is using it.
Amazing.
I know he's been using the spear and stuff, but
his spear really annoys me.
Can't he just use that big spine buster? That's a really cool move.
Or the Dominator.
Too many people land on their head on a Dominator. It's a really dangerous move.
Yeah. His spear annoys me. I'm glad he's got a new finisher, because who does a roly-poly at the end of a spear?
Moose. Moose.
Moose is cool.
Is he? Is he really?
No.
So MVP got in the ear of Bobby Lashley saying that he needs to be going for the world title rather than playing around with Humberto Carrillo, completely burying Humberto Carrillo there. Basically going, he's a jobber, you deserve better. MVP then says that that Lana's another cage that Lashley's got himself locked in, and Lana's tremendous acting just meant that she just screamed for 3 minutes.
That's all she fucking does.
Yeah. Remember when she was really good on the microphone, and now she's just the drizzling shit, she just yells. Good God.
She went from being a Russian amazing human being to someone you want to slap around the face because they can't shut up.
Yeah. And then in a 6-man tag match, MVP, Brendan Vink, and Shane Thorne, they lost to the team of Ricochet, Cedric Alexander, and R-Truth / Pretty Ricky.
And R-Truth, who made Shane Thorne do the splits, which was hilarious.
Yeah, but Pretty Ricky's dog shit. I don't know why he's brought it back.
I didn't realise that's what he called it, Pretty Ricky. When he
did it once on SmackDown like 10 years ago, and I don't know why it's back. It needs to go away forever. I
got really confused with this as well, because Pretty Ricky is Ricochet's nickname. That's what he calls himself.
That's probably why I did it. It was just a stupid inside joke. Lashley then speared MVP, and it looks like Beatdown Clan 2.0 is on its way. We're the only ones excited for this. Beatdown Clan is going to... This is bigger than the Bullet Club turn up in WWE. The Beatdown Clan is on its way back, but it's going to be in WWE, baby. The final thing really to note is basketball happened between the Viking Raiders and the Street Profits. I don't know
why.
I don't know about you. This was dog shit.
I feel like the Viking Raiders have asked for their release or something like that, and Vince has gone, nah, you're going to go sing in the car and you're going to go play.
They retconned the karaoke thing. Like, one of them brought the karaoke and he looked at him and went, no, we're not doing that. So they made fun of that. But this basketball thing, it made the Viking Raiders look stupid because they were like, oh, we don't know how to play basketball, we're Vikings. And they didn't understand the concept of putting a ball in a hoop. And they eventually did it and went, no, we've just won like 52 billion to 2. But then at the end of it, they went, we let you win. Look at all these shots we made, nothing but net. So the Street Profits look... So basically, they've made champion and challengers both look like morons.
Yeah.
None of this works. This feud is all... The whole point of this was meant to be you turn the Street Profits heel through Bianca Belair. And Bianca Belair's not... Literally, she was on TV for 3 seconds this week to congratulate Becky Lynch. Where is this story of Bianca Belair giving us a more serious side to the Street Profits?
Yeah, they're still playing the fools. I mean, when has this ever worked? Once, when we got MVP versus Matt Hardy 12 years ago in a competition of who could be better at different things. This isn't going to be the same in this situation.
No, because they've got one... This is not competitive. They've got one person that's going to be like, we're Vikings, we don't know... Because next week's going to be like it's going to be like axe throwing and the Street Profits... Like... I thought this would be great if this ended in them brawling on the basketball court, but it didn't. It was just them trying to do a big comedy feud over the tag belt. Comedy feuds are fine, lower card, mid card in WWE because they don't know how to do comedy. Do comedy other places. You shouldn't be doing... Title matches should not be comedy matches. I love comedy. Title matches should never be comedy matches. Unless you're going to have some sort of underdog mocking the ting and then he then starts firing up. Like a Grado. Like, you could do that story arc or something like that. Just having the title as challengers and everybody like, I can beat you at this, when neither of the when this isn't even a case of the Street Profits trying to avoid facing the Viking Raiders. They're fine facing the Viking Raiders. But
you know what we're going to get next week, don't you?
None of this makes sense. I don't like it. It's crap.
You know what we're going to get next week, don't you?
What?
It'll be an eating competition of some kind. It'll be the basketball with Street Profits' choice. We'll go for the Viking Raiders and their Vikings so they can eat lots of meat, and that's what we're going to get.
No, I think it's going to be like archery or axe throwing or something like that.
Okay, if it's axe throwing, that could be quite entertaining.
So, yeah, and then, I don't know, someone's going to end up... Doug the Clown's going to get smacked in the head with an axe. Because that
Doink the Clown from Money in the Bank.
that Doink the Clown deserves to die because it was the most terrifying thing I've ever seen in my life. Is there anything else happened on Raw? I'm trying to think if anything else happened.
And we had a promo from Jinder Mahal about his hero's journey.
Jinder's going to have a redemption arc where he's going to be beloved by the WWE Universe, leading to hopefully
Three-man band.
Jinder versus Drew at WrestleMania with a returning Heath Slater as referee.
We're a three-man band.
Or we should get the three-man band triple threat, and that can main event WrestleMania next year because that is what the people want. It was a nice old school reference quickly is you say that triple threat match. There's an article I did for the end of this year, and end of last year, I should say, about the best matches in the 2010s. One of them being Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns, all three members of the Shield. If we get the three members of the three-man band, that is 100% replacing it. Oh, no, what we need to get is we get the three-man band of triple threat WLC.
Oh, yes.
One of the most underrated matches in WWE history.
With Hornswoggle as the guest referee.
As the guest on a poll. Anyway, this has been Raw Talk. Thank you very, very much for joining us in this impromptu presenting duo. If you want to get in touch with us, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at TWM Wrestle. Keep up with all of our stuff. We're putting up some funny stuff on our Instagram. Keep up to date with the latest news on our Twitter. And we've got all of our content available over on Facebook. On TWM.news, you can go read a review of three things. Money in the Bank. Victoria Tazagi did an excellent review of Money in the Bank 2020. Go and check that out. Stephen Goodman did a brilliant review of episode 1 of Undertaker The Last Ride. Go and watch it. It's fucking brilliant. And Shirley reviewed Bella Twins, the Incomparable. She reviewed the book. Go and check it out. I literally have it sitting on my table in my other room. I need to read it this week. I'm really excited about this book. Go and check it out if you've already read it or you want to get a little taster for it. It's a very non-spoilery review, so go and check that out. All available at twm.news. You can also check out our podcast in all the usual places: Spotify, Stitcher, Apple, Google, Podbean, YouTube, Deezer, all those places. Go and check it out. TWM Podcast, just search that. You can check out our interview with Leo Rush, TWM Talks with Leo Rush. You can check out our Money in the Bank podcast review. And next week we are starting Anything But Wrestling, a brand new podcast series where we talk to wrestlers about anything, but you get the idea. All that and more over at twm.news. Check out our Twitch. You gotta remember that, because tomorrow we're playing more Fire Pro. We're gonna do another little fun stream. I think we're doing like a tag team tournament or something. Check it out. It'll be probably 8 p.m. Check out our Twitter, TWM Wrestle, for that. But it's twitch.tv/TWM Wrestle. Thank you for everyone who joined us on the Money in the Bank stream, and thank you in advance to everyone who's going to join us tomorrow on the Fire Pro stream. Now I'll say it. George, social media.
At George_Geal_.
I am at Matty ID. We are at TWM Wrestle. Stay safe, wash your hands. We love you all, and there ain't a damn thing you can do about it. Congratulations, Becky. Congratulations, Seth.
And Seth.
Yes.
If we better leave Seth out there.
Yeah, no. Fuck the Seth. Congratulations to you two. Enjoy. Attempted to take the throne of being the coolest parents in wrestling. In all fairness, that's still Beth and Edge, but you can give it a damn good go. Thanks for listening.